How many times did the refs just stare straight ahead while Clark got shoved into a screen, grabbed by the jersey, or flat out knocked off balance, and then pretended it never happened? That's the part that eats at fans. We all saw it in real time. Possession after possession, Clark getting hammered coming off a curl, thrown into help defense, sometimes even double-teamed before she even touched the ball. And the officials had plenty of chances to blow the whistle. Instead, they swallowed it, and it became a pattern that the Washington Post later put into writing. This wasn't one team being overly physical. It was the entire league taking liberties with a player who instantly became the face of the sport. And the league's most valuable draw, the one who carried not just her own franchise but half the WNBA's ratings spike, was left hung out to dry. Think about that. One player filling arenas in Dallas, Las Vegas, New York, and Chicago should have been treated like the investment she was. Instead, while networks cut record checks to broadcast her games, refs refused to grant her even the basic calls stars get every single night in every other league. What we got was bodies flying into her off-ball, hand-checking that stopped her cuts before they even started, and defensive contact that would have been a foul for anyone else. This wasn't just annoying to watch, it was dangerous. Those kind of constant cheap shots don't just make a player sore, they add up over weeks, grinding on muscles that were already strained. Clark's quad that tightened in May, her groin that burned through June, were no mystery injuries. Repeated hits, twisted pivots from denied space, unprotected landings. Those are exactly the things that lead to stress injuries that never really heal without extended rest. She was forced to keep playing through all of it because the alternative would have meant empty arenas that fans had already bought into. That's why people call it hypocrisy. The WNBA begged for headlines about record ticket sales, overflowing merchandise orders, and new sponsorship deals centered around Caitlin Clark's name. Yet, when it came to the simplest job, protecting the player responsible for those payday checks, they wanted to act like she was just another newcomer. The reality is, she wasn't. And letting her get battered night after night meant they didn't just compromise game results, they put the entire season in jeopardy. So what happens when your golden goose stops playing? What happens when the league refuses to call fouls and the end result is your star limping instead of running the floor? Now we know. The negligence from the referees didn't just tilt one box score, it laid the groundwork for Caitlin Clark's season-ending collapse, and the backlash that started on court didn't stay there for long. It spread. Was Caitlin Clark's sophomore season doomed from the very first preseason practice? It feels that way now. Go back to training camp in May. Reports already mentioned her quad tightening up, something most athletes would rest to prevent further damage.